surprisingly few pickoffs given their lineup. You know, we talked about the Lion Blink Dagger, and I looked at it and I thought, oh yeah, it's pretty good, should be able to set things up, but they've already got a co-op with a Blink Yules, they've got a Faceless Void with Time Walk into Chronosphere, they've got Clockwork ready to initiate as well. I don't think the issue is so much that Rave lack initiation, they just haven't been able to find Navi's heroes, and we've gotten to the point where Navi can quite comfortably 5-man a lot of the time, you know, outside of when they're trying to deal with the JO split push. So, well, we'll have to see. Navi just really waiting on the BKB for Dendi, which is coming out very, very soon. I think it's actually on the courier, and then probably another Aegis that they can snag it before they start really making another attempt. Funnick just working on a refresher orb right now.
Yeah, that's just... I mean, I don't think he's even used his Agnum's ult yet. They didn't have to mid lane, so he has yet to even debut the double rock drop. So still comfortable holding that nuke damage there. And speaking of nuke damage, you got Jao who completes the Agnum Scepter to follow through with the Yules. So got plenty of screams happening. 40 seconds. I mean, you can even use it to push back waves and have it at the ready for the next potential fight, I suppose. But how much damage are we really looking at here? Remember, with recent changes, it goes right through your BKB. But do we even have a BKB? We do. Havos has one in full 10 seconds. But yeah, that's big damage. And if you factor in, of course, what it used to be, yeah, the number was higher. But that's also not counting the, what, 0.25 deduction with the mana armor. That's just natural base. So I think when it works out, Queen of Pain's new damage is a bit higher.
Yeah, it was effectively buffed if you just factor in 25% natural magic resistance, and yeah, like you said, good against the BKBs. It's interesting, the change to pure damage has actually made it a little bit worse at pushing at creep waves, as you were mentioning, but still a good high ground defense tool here for Rave, and a good way to continue stalling out. They're being as greedy as they can get away with, I would say, on their item builds. Faceless Void just going into a Maelstrom. Again, I think BKB is still a must for him this game, otherwise he's just going to get fissured and imprisoned and everything else during Chronosphere. But he's taking a little while to go for it. I don't even know if he's going to get it as the next item.
The thing is like, even if he gets it, and he gets a BKB and he jumps in and sets them up, and Funnick's not involved, BKB or not, those rocks are still going to hit you, and it's going to be rough. Yeah. So, oh, Goblak, it's a nice little stylistic deny right there on the mid lane to take away more gold from Rave. And it looks like it's Roche time, so they'll move on in. So I don't know if he's just banking on the idea that he'll get a good chrono and hopefully catch out this pesky Warlock, or the Warlock will not be around, or he'll be already dead, and he can just get out as much right click as possible. But BKB could still be pretty damn important. It just feels like if anyone's on the outside of the chrono, they'll do something. Hell, even a Havos will just dish out some blind if he has to.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Jo does the scream to push out the wave. It doesn't get stolen. He takes the other scream instead, but they're able to focus. Some Yules set up, and they just dunk right on her. Oh, unfortunate timing right there for Jo. He saw the Aegis get picked up, but I guess he wasn't banking on the fact that they were going to be there so fast.
I just don't think he expected both Rubik and Earthshaker to have Blink Daggers already, but they do. Navi's supports have both actually managed to farm it up, and you know, it's a little bit rare to see both supports neck and neck on farm, but Navi have had plenty to go around this game with all those towers that they've taken down, so very well played to both Vanscore and Goblak to get that done, and now they've got a huge number of items to just throw into this high ground push. Since the last time we saw them, we've got 2 BKBs and 2 Blink Daggers, and that's a really big deal. We didn't even see the Aghanim's ultimate from Warlock just yet, so their team fight is massive.
Force in, he drops Sandy's Eclipse, Ninja Boogie. Gonna get caught there, the rocks go down, he gets the finger off, which finishes off Goblak. But now the golems are out. You're gonna see now Chrissy buys his BKB that we've been waiting for. And the golems are already down, so this could be Rave's best chance. Navi's not quite able to push in yet. In fact, they're all the way out of here. They don't want to even risk their Aegis, it looks like, for now, and they step away. Is this Rave's opportunity right now to go back the other way and try to take a fight that the Chaotic Offer has already been used?
I think they still want to just farm and wait out the Aegis if they can. Maybe look for a pickoff, but I don't think they're fishing. Actually, you know what? Chaotic Offering and Sanity's Eclipse. Maybe you do go and 5-man some buildings and get yourself some more map control here.
Funnick is trying to build up towards that refresher orb, which could be a nice surprise if he happens to throw it together when Rave do decide to push, but he's only got the Oblivion, it looks like for now, and getting close to the Perseverance. He'll need quite a bit more time. Rave are already here on the bottom lane. There's still tier 1 down here to grab, so it seems like the safest thing to do is just get that bit extra gold. But right now they smoke up, and they could head across the river. Oh, there's also a Invis. If they see that grab, they're going to know something's up. Oh, they see Havos. They jump onto him. He dishes out the blind. He mans up onto Chrissy. Chrissy gets annihilated. His BKB was popped as well. There's going to be no Chrono Node, nothing. And he chops on 2 immediately. Vengeful Spirit also goes down. Ninja Boogie prays for his life. Ghost Scepters blinks away. TP's on out. Jo jumps in. Oh! Can't get out. Astral's going to catch him, and it's going to be tricky here. Oh, nice self-fuels is going to block. That was an Echo Slam. And Jo slips away. Oh, nice slick play from him to get the self-use first, and he's able to blink thereafter.
I think Go Black need to just try and line up the Enchant Totem there instead. The last couple of minutes for him have not been too impressive with the way that he jumped in mid, kind of botched the push for his team, and I think he had an opportunity to kill the crop there, but don't want to take anything away from Jo. He played that really nicely to be able to get out of NaVi's clutches, but NaVi, how far away are those ultimates? Only about 30 seconds to go. They've still got about 1 minute and 30 seconds on the Aegis, so this is actually looking like a little bit of an opportunity to go high ground. Dendy being somewhat greedy, grabbing some creeps down on bot, and he's actually going to ping and say, look guys, I want these creeps. Let's wait a little bit more. Though that may end up meaning that they miss their opportunity
will almost go down the second the Chaotic Offering comes up, and Dendy won't be there to be a part of it. His Sans Eclipse is at the ready, but they're feeling like maybe they can wait and get bottom pushed in. The timing is going to be pretty close here. So Ghost will farm it up on the side. Funnick, he is about 800 gold away from finishing out his refresher. He's already at the ready where he has the refresher on hand, the recipe rather on hand, so he can go to the Rave secret shop just to get it. We'll see. Havos has that Aegis. They're going to wait for this creep wave, and this will be the go. Oh, and a Scotty grab too. They might wait for that.
Havos' farm is crazy. He's got 18k net worth at the moment.
Trade of stuns. He walks away, still Aegis on hand. There's the scream, big damage onto him. They manage drain him, but they're instantly going to throw out the extra heals from both Funnick and that urn. Now he has a Scotty on hand. They'll probably fight even when the Aegis goes down. Oh, there's the sheep. Dendy. Havos moves in forward. Tries to get Ninja Boogie, has to pull back. There's going to be the stun, locks him there. They don't want to commit a whole lot yet. Oh, they're probably keeping an eye on the clock and on his inventory so damn fast. Chrissy jumps in. Will commit the Chrono for this one to try to take down Havos. Oh, it expires! If they're able to take him out, he'll be done for good, but here comes the Chaotic Offering and the stolen Chrono. NaVi are still going to slaughter. They take out 1, 2, 3. Buyback has to come out. Jo narrowly slips away, and now they take down the tier 3. Finger flies forward. They're able to finish off Havos, so he's down. Does have the buyback, but Ninja Boogie will not be able to escape with his wife, or will he? Nope, there's the fissure. Goblak gets that one, and NaVi go right back in. Desperate now, Rior pulls out the cogs to try to stop these big pesky golems from being able to break into the base, but it looks like the damage might be done here. Chrissy's going to be out 30 seconds, no buyback. Ninja Boogie even longer. Looks like NaVi got the mid lane Brax.
Do you actually need to ban Vanscore's Rubik? I think if I was a team watching this, I think you have to seriously consider it with the plays that he's been stringing together so far this tournament.
Oh, big scream on the 3, set up by Rior, locking him in place. Does annihilate Goblak, and they're looking for Vanscore here, and they get that as well. So hey, Rave, they push back out, and they take a couple of names on the way. Not too shabby, though the damage has been done, but yeah, absolutely. Vanscore's Rubik. I've seen so many great Rubiks this whole tournament. It's been absolutely wonderful. Just such a crowd-pleasing hero. Being able to pull up big plays like that. I mean, everybody wins.
It's just, I think it's Rubik and Puck, the two heroes where every time I think, oh, you know, maybe you could justify buffing Rubik or Puck just a little bit, and then you watch somebody who really knows what they're doing on one of those two heroes, and you're like, okay, no way. There's absolutely no chance that either of those two heroes should be, you know, should possibly be buffed, and it's definitely been that tournament for Rubik with the kind of play that we've seen, but So NaVi lose a few, but they still manage to get that full lane of racks. So things looking really good for them there. Verbose just getting bigger and bigger all the time. JO's got a lot of farm, but actually almost 5k net worth after that last little skirmish, but just a BKB. So damage potential not all that much better, but at least now he can get into the fights. One thing I want to bring up is that I don't want to call out Go Black too badly, but I think his total damage with Echo Slam this game has probably been like 200 or 300. I think we've had 4 slams and only one of them on an actual hero. So we'll see if he can step that up, because that's a lot of damage that NaVi have, especially with the maxed out Fatal Bonds. And that could just completely wipe a team fight.
Not quite there with able to get it in. We have seen a good share of Fishers for the setup and for the defense, though, and I'm sure he's probably calling the shots, not just in the draft but in the game. But yeah, I have to agree. Probably could really contribute a little bit more on the damage front, but for now he'll wait in those back lines. And with that, NaVi, move on in. At least trying to clear out the remaining bits of towers here. We got this nice full tier 2 up for grabs, but Boogie here, position. Left-hand side, possible flank. See, Godblack's also going to plant down the ward from the high ground. We'll see if they possibly look for an engagement setup here. Clockwork scouts out with the rocket, maybe looking for the potential hook shot here. But he hasn't found the window quite yet. Funnick, he's just above Ninja Boogie, waiting his own. He has double Chaotic Offering ready to go. This could be one hell of a breakout if Ninja Boogie or Clockwork decide to pull the trigger. There you go. Verbose. He's got the right click, gets the tier 2, walks away, they don't proceed. And it looks like Raver just got to pull back. A lot of tension and a lot of build up. Nothing happens.
No payoff, but NaVi, no real reason to do too much more there. Rave kind of, I mean, Rave showed a couple of heroes, and also popping the glyph made it somewhat obvious that they were trying to take a fight right there. So, and NaVi just gonna take another breather, back off, grab some more farm. Verbose can, I don't even know what he's necessarily gonna grab. If he wants to just be completely immortal, I guess he can just go for Satanic here. Yeah. But even Butterfly would be really solid, though. We do have Kusi with a javelin already picked up, so he's looking towards that MKB already.
Just to be safe, so I agree with you. I think Satanic might be the way, or the way he should look into here. Right now he's on Roche scouting duty. He wants it. Get up here. I know you might just come back to life, but I'm ready to beat your ass and take that Aegis and leave. You know. It's a hard life for a Roche. I talk about it all the time, but just for how many Roches I've seen through these past couple of days, it's just so funny. The life and times of a Roche is probably harder than anyone else in the game. But they continue to scout it out, the benefit of having that Clockwork. Do you think Rave could actually put up a good fight at the Roche pit to contest?
They have to find Funnick. If they don't jump Funnick, then I think they just get obliterated by 2 rounds of rocks falling from the sky.
Invisibility.
Yeah, he's waiting so far back. The nice thing for a Warlock is the range, as you can see, on this Chaotic Offering is so big. It's almost in the pit, and he's nowhere near it, so he can afford to be way back. Just take a few steps in, and, well, double Rock City. And for Rave, it could be trouble. So it looks like for now they pull all the way back, and they continue to just try to ward off these creeps as they advance on forward. And unfortunately for them, Roche has been spawned, and hey Roche, how you doing? I'm Verbose. Let me shake your hand, aka let me put these frickin' axes in your face and give me that Aegis. Damn it.
Yes, it's gonna be Aegis and Cheese going to NaVi. This is actually such a good OD game. It seemed like it took NaVi a little while to figure out if Rave could shuffle their lanes or do anything to deal with it, but you've got OD with a ton of damage, doesn't normally build too much attack speed, who's benefiting in full from the Troll ultimate. He's forced Rave into buying some BKBs that, as we talked about, are alright, but they don't necessarily love to buy. And yeah, this is the first OD game I've cast so far that I've actually thought, okay, yep, this was the pick, and props to Go Black for that one.
Pavos goes for the heart. Actually just selling off the Morgan mask. Going in that route. Oh, swap back. There's the blast. Dendy could be in trouble. There's the finger. They get Dendy, and they get a hold of Funnick in the back, and they take him down. Huge fight for Rave to lead things in. Another stolen chrono does lock Jo and Ninja Boogie, but it's not going to save his own life. That is best case scenario for Rave on a defense. And now they're on the hunt. Looking to get what they can that's left. It's Goblak and Havost. Goblak already goes for the TP here, but the Yules will catch him out. It's going to be a 4-man drop from Rave. And what was a beautiful setup. Leading that in was a nice swap from the Vengeful Spirit.
Dendy really needed to not be there at all. He's OD. His tower damage sucks. You've got Havost with Heart and Aegis. Just let him do all of the sieging, and then things just completely fall apart. Dendy gets jumped. Funnick tries to come in to save him. He gets jumped because Rave have tons of initiation. NaVi can still pick themselves up and go back and push with the Aegis, fortunately, but I think that was just bad positioning on Dendy's part. And Rave see their opportunity, and everybody is completely on the same page and all jump in at the same time and make the plays happen. So very well done by them, taking full advantage there.
But that's just step one. I mean,
yeah.
And as you
it's a long road.
Yeah, Aegis is still in hand, mind you. Funnick didn't even get to use either ultimate, so he's still got double chaotic offering. And of course, Dendy didn't get to use his cheese or his Sanity's Eclipse, so NaVi will just go back once more and give it another go. This time, I bet you I won't get caught with this swap. I won't get caught out, blasted, fingered, and I bet you this time Funnick isn't going to waltz off this way. So Rave have kind of probably considered a new game plan. The first time worked. The second time, though, we'll see. Oh, force in. They get the stun. Connect up, Rior. Bounce back, Havost. Gets knocked on the side, but is temporary. MKB now going to be complete from Chrissy, so he's going all in for this one. And will not have the buyback. So, Earthspike not going to connect on Havost. Magic Missile will. 2 more minutes on this Aegis. NaVi have plenty of time. Dendy now a little further away. Doesn't want to get swapped back, at least wants to be on the opposite side of wherever the hell this Vengeful Spirit is. And Funnick as well, way back and behind. Even a Advanced Score up and above. So spread right now is NaVi.
It's definitely a case of fool me once.
Yeah.
Shame.
Well, this time, no, it's not going to happen. Or is it? There's a long jump. They still find Funnick. He gets the chaotic offering off, gets caught in the chrono. Chrissy trying to quickly take him down, gets him down. Only going to be 1 chaotic offering for you, but they also take down both supports. Sanity's Eclipse going to be dropped, and the golems will eat a reasonable amount, but here they go, moving on in. Now the Rax is exposed, and the Raxes will be taken down. Havost, mind you, still has that Aegis. It looks like NaVi are able to get the Rax in the end here. Rave, very sneaky attempt. Almost managed to get a hold of Funnick. But it looks like this time it's not going to be as easy. So now 2 down, 2 sets of Rax down. They head towards the final one. This is probably the last hurrah here for Rave.
They just can't deal with a Havost. They got a 4k hit points Troll Warlord slapping their buildings, and they have absolutely no answer, especially with the Chronosphere on cooldown. So, as much as it was good to jump Funnick, it was definitely damned if you do, damned if you don't. Havost is going to lay waste to their base.
Please don't do this. Cog away. Oh, that's
please leave.
Yeah, please. What am I going to do with you? Jo, just scream at him or something. Mega creeps come out. Sad day for your Rave fans. Jump in from Chrissy. Whoa. Able to take down Vanscore very nicely. There's the screen. Havost in a bit of trouble here, running away. Still has Aegis. Maybe a couple more seconds. Long swap gets Dendy. Dendy's able to force on out and away. Oh, Rior does not connect with the hook shot. Oh, here's an echo from Goblak. Connects on Rior. Not the biggest damage still, but hey, it's an echo and it hits. And now he goes toe-to-toe with Rior in the cogs. Meanwhile, back and behind, a zap to the face of Dendy. Ninja Boogie gets that one. Upheaval, and Rior slowly gets chopped on down from Havost. Immediate buyback now for Chrissy. Havost runs back in. No Aegis, mind you. Ninja Boogie chases after him. Here comes Chrissy back to the dead once more, and Rior. They bump back Havost, and he instantly takes down Chrissy. There's going to be the zap, and that's enough. It's a bloodbath at the end, but still, NaVi continue to bring in the wins as they take down Rave.
I just think that was a really nice draft from GoBlack. Honestly, he had it set up in such a way that I think almost no matter what laning configuration Rave went for, they were going to have a hard time. I guess they could have put Void mid. They could have put Clockwork. I think almost no matter what they do, they're in trouble. There was no better way to go about it. Nicely done by Jo. He was up against an OD, but still got a bunch of kills. Still found his farm and still had an impact on the game. But unfortunately, NaVi were just so far ahead, and they had absolutely no answers for Havost. So with that, I think NaVi have almost 100% secured themselves a top 8 berth. So
Yeah.
very well done.
Well, I don't know how up to date it is here over on Liquipedia, but I will start doing
Give
the
it a
refreshing
refresh.
here. Give it a good refresher. And even then, I'm not expecting it to be so snappy. It's like I just finished casting the game. I look over, guys, come on, can you please catch up and get this updated here? But I believe with that, NaVi will be pushed up now to a 9-5 record. And well, for Rave, they go down a bit to what looks like a 5-8. Still able to make it to the next stage, but it might be in that lower bracket where you go through another set of scary best of ones. But yeah, with that, NaVi, they probably secured themselves into a top spot. I'm going to leave that to the panel guys who are not delirious like me to, figure out the numbers and the math. But with that said, we're done for today. We've made it through 8 heats, 8 best of ones. There is way too much Dota happening, and it just does not stop. Tomorrow we'll have more for you as we look to round out the final day of group stage action. And it's always been a pleasure bringing you the coverage. I myself, Coddle Guy, and first and foremost, I got to give props and shout-outs. Cameron, Baseskip, thank you so much for joining me. You've been a pleasure. Anything you want to say before we let you go?
No, it was great casting. If anybody has anything that they'd like me to know, any feedback, anything I can work on for them, then they can email me at baskipdota@gmail.com. Otherwise, shout outs to you, Coddle. You've been, I've been casting 3 games here and there. You've been casting 8-9 games every single day, every night. So
I'm just so selfish. I want it
Good
all
to
for
be here.
me. All for me. No, it's driving me mad, but no, I've been loving it. Dota's a wonderful game, and it's been so many fun storylines. And with that, we'll close this story out and wrap things up, and maybe I can get some sleep. Everyone, it's been a pleasure. Take care. We'll be back tomorrow with more Dota action. See you later.